You're live.
Hello everyone, I'm Miltrivd and this is Warhammer Vermintide 2. A game that's not very speedrun friendly, but it's pretty fun, so we're doing it anyway. Well, I give you the countdown. The run is quite long, as you guys see by the estimate, so enough time to talk during the run. So let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, so Vermintide 2. This is pretty much a Left 4 Dead style game. Yeah, we're gonna play with the lovely elf. We're gonna use 3 classes during this. So it's like Left 4 Dead. You have like missions. The game currently has 18 missions, 13 on the main game, and 5 on 2 DLCs. Legend is the hardest difficulty in the game. The game has 4.
Let's allow the old woman to work in peace.
And you have 5 characters, and each character has like 3 classes, so you have a lot of variety. And unlike Left 4 Dead, this one is very melee focused. We're gonna be mashing things. Instead of zombies, we have rats. And also zombies. Well, they're not zombies. They look like zombies, but they're actual people. So this character, as you guys just saw, has a dash, and dashers are good because it makes you go fast. Also, it makes you invisible for 3 seconds after I do it, so it's really good to avoid aggro and get out of sticky situations. Now, I don't know how long it's gonna happen until I get hit, but I pretty much can get 2 shots on this. And I got a monster, which is like one of the major obstacles to speed running. This is a big boyo. And the bow I'm using is a poison-based boss. I think it's actually pretty lucky because I'm not having... Oh, never mind. I'm not having a horde at the same time. And I have these lovely bots, which their main function is what they're doing right now. Literally just draw aggro. So I'm gonna try to keep them alive for as long as I can. Because the major problem is that monsters slow you down. You have 4 different monsters, 2 per faction. But there is a same as on there's one. Oh my god, they're dying already. The same as on Left 4 Dead, you have disablers, and the game can be quite generous with how many disablers they spawn. So if I have the bots alive, at least I have something that distracts the disablers from going for me, or the bots can rescue you from them. Now, this is an event. There's a bunch of these depending on the levels. So I'm pretty much stuck in this arena for 1 minute and 6 seconds. Here we go, the bot alive again. If you, for some reason, do not revive the bots, then you're never gonna see them again. So I want to keep at least 2 alive at all points if I can. Another thing that's a good feature of the game is, yeah, I'm gonna explain the movement tech in just a bit, if I can. Is that the game has a lot of men there dying. They all oh, oops, missed the jump. So I lost all the bots, which is no good news. But we'll see how it goes. So you have, for example, normal attacks, and then if you hold, you have a strong attack. In this case, the strong attack pushed me forward quite a bit. But if I just do it over and over, it also slows you down a lot after. So what I'm doing is doing the first part of the strong attack, quickly switch to my bow, and then just back to speeding up again. This is the fastest way to move in the game. There's weapons that pull you forward even... Oh, dang it. Got blocked there. Okay, so these guys can no, they cannot one-shot me, really. Not in this class. But if I eat an overhead attack, they do 100 damage. I only have 125 health. So The bots always like this section. So at simple view, it might look like I'm just attacking everything and everything gets staggered. The enemies getting staggered depending on your weapon, on the type of enemy they are. When you play for the first time and the lower difficulties, you basically stagger absolutely. They all died already again. Oh, that's bad. I almost got hit by that. So this game has no iframes of any kind as well. There is no iframes, but you can move out of the way. So dodging and staggering or pushing the enemies to just give you a window, it's hugely important. Oh, wait, did the bot already die or did I not get it? Oh, I did not get it. I think I revived the other one and he just died, actually. Oh, I should have saved my dash so I could dash over this, but it's fine, I guess. There's another event. Need to load a cannon.
Look at that armored brute. More plate than sense.
Another thing is that I have chat open, but so far I haven't been able to read it at all. Is that even though most of the game it's quite relaxed in the sense that I have my dash with invincibility, and if the bots are alive, I can just keep them busy. Like, look at the aggro the bot is drawing now. It's a champ. If I die, I lose a minimum of 5 minutes. And if I die at the end of a, at the end of a map, I can lose up to 15 minutes. And that's scary. So I'm trying to stay alive for as long as I can. The map, you have resources. They are most of them random, except for example the ammo box is fixed. But most of the resources are random, so you have to like... The fun thing, the game is pure RNG. You have an AI director, just the same as Left 4 Dead. So the run is very, very, very execution heavy. And decision making can just cost you the run. Oh, that's... Oh! There was... I'm trying... I'm probably gonna die a few times. I'm just hoping it's not anything too messy. Gonna try to... Oh, make the bots... Oh, there's a patrol! Holy crap! Okay! Where are they? This is not good. The problem with patrol is that now inside here, it's the final event. Oh my god! And the event sometimes gets overloaded. There is a gutter runner as well. I need a bot alive. Yeah, it's right there. The gutter runner can pounce on me. So this event should start in a few seconds. The patrol being alive here might break it. Sadly, if that happens, I need to restart.
So many of them.
Okay, it didn't break. Nice. The assassin is still around. Gonna see if I can revive the bots quickly. Now this event has two parts. It has like 4 or 5 waves of enemies. And then it's gonna enter as auto-scrolling section. This event advances with me killing things. So the faster I can kill things, the faster it goes. Oh, I'm gonna get grabbed! Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. This is the worst case scenario. I should have dashed it. I'm dead. So I'm gonna have to redo the first one. Whoops. I tried to dodge to the right and I didn't notice there were rats there, so I didn't move. The game is fun solo, but it's also really good with just with random people or with friends, but you can play it solo. So we lost a bit of time. That was unfortunate.
Listen, Alicia's got a good shot at gaining some proper information.
So that's kind of the problem with the
She's going into Helmgart,
with,
so are you.
with the
Difference is,
randomization.
she'll be sneaky, and you'll be
So for example, there I had
Provided
my
distraction by ringing the bells at the Temple of
I had my
Sigmar.
dash ready as well. I could have just dashed and then used the 3 seconds to kill it. I just thought I was fine to dodge. You need to time the dodge for that one. You cannot dodge too early because they have a lot of tracking. You dodge too early, they catch you at the end. You dodge too late, they catch you before you dodge and something like that. So that was like I was like 8 minutes into the run plus the landing screen. So yeah, that was like a bit of a time loss, but I should be fine.
This way.
The estimate is quite generous because of that reason. These guys are dangerous. Oh, that's good.
Are you sleepy, mate?
So now, for example, we are already having different resources. And I got a boss again! God dang it! This one is the worst boss because this one has a grab. Oops. Yep. This one has a grab and the bots are not very good at dodging this. That Chaos Warrior is also a problem. It's going for me. Yep. There it goes. And the problem with the grab is that it regens health! Okay, so it's kind of low now. It should be fine. So you can get into some really bad situations in which he just keeps regening over and over because the bots are not capable of not getting grabbed.
Gas rat is dead. Dead and done for. No helping them now on their fix. Healers too. Look at that armored brute. We're plain sense.
But that was okay. Okay, so I have a minute and 4 seconds. There's a few resources around the arena sometimes. Oh. So if you do charge attacks with the bow, bows also have like their own separate... you generate an AoE cloud that poison everything around. So it's good at dealing with groups, but it's really bad on single target damage. Well, the bots are doing far better this time here. I have about 30 more seconds before I have to go. Nothing! There was absolutely nothing on the arena, that's nice. Okay, I should be on time now. Oh, not yet.
Someone kill that blight stormer.
So when that
Mayflies on the
reaches the torch,
What's wrong with a good
then I can jump. Oh, I got pushed on the air! There we go. So this is a surprise. You cannot, the bots, you don't have no control over them though. This is on the legend difficulty. You have no control over them. And they have, for example, that one, I wish he will heal himself. But he's not doing it. Oh, now he's doing it, nice. For some reason their AI does nothing on elevators. I want to not use my dash unless it's an emergency here. I'm gonna use it here so I can go invisible. And there is also a lot of depth on builds. Characters have an ability, or not really an ability, they have customizations you can get every 5 levels. And you have 3 options for each of those 5 levels. Oh, oops. It does make the characters be quite different between each other. You can focus them on different things. For example, the ability I have of going invisible after I do a dash. It's there's it's part of that customization. Oops. And then on top of that, you can customize the damage they do. For example, this one can, whoops, one shot with these guys with a charge attack on the head, and that depends on my build. So there's a lot of potential replayability, and oops, that's... Okay, I clear that. Okay, there. Oh, I didn't go to dash really well. The most dangerous are the specials that, well, the disablers. The assassin that just spawn, that lich, and the hook rat. Oh, there he goes. Bots. Oh my god, no. And I'm gonna die again. Well, this is starting great. God dang it. Jeez. Welp.
Listen, Alicia's got a good shot at gaining some proper information about the Skittergate. She's going into Helmgard.
In the case of some bosses and things like that, sometimes it's just better to not have bots. In the case of events, or when you're dealing with like a horde at the same time as you need disablers, and you don't have room for movement, having the bots helps a lot. And you are accumulating a lot of enemies in general, because when you play the game normally, you advance and you go killing everything. No, I should have paid attention to the door. Honestly, that's the thing though. That's the thing that I do like about the game, is that
Has he not heard you
how you learn how to deal with the different situations. So I think I could have prevented those two, but yeah, it's still pretty tricky. Nothing over there.
Are you sleepy? Now.
You're going to have to learn a lot about the animation of the enemies. For example, you can stagger enemies, but if they're already doing certain attacks, then you're gonna... Another boss! Okay! You don't get bosses every time, like monsters. It's not really a... Oh, nice! So this is a potion of strength, and it's gonna... I actually have no idea how much increases the attacks though. I don't... Not necessarily know it doubles. It also makes your attacks go through armor, which is really nice when dealing with a lot of armored enemies at the same time. So at least we're dealing with the bosses pretty quickly. Still annoying that I get so many, because they are random. They're fully random. You can get... the best is when you get a map with absolutely no bosses, but oh, I got a horde. I will say on average, I get out of the 18 maps, I get 2 bosses in the same mission, like 5 of those maps, and I get no bosses about 3 times. It's not very often that you get no bosses. But having more than 1 is also rare. Some maps do have scripted bosses, in which you are gonna get either the same boss every time, or you get a random boss, but you get a boss encounter that you have to deal with. E35, okay. Like 40 seconds before. So the other things, like there is friendly fire in the game when you get into the 3rd difficulty and ahead, so champion and then on legend. So bots can hit you, you can hit the bots. Bots usually don't hit you. They're very nice on that front though. They don't really do friendly fire. Online playing with people, you might get a lot of friendly fire though. But that means the rats also can hit each other. So you can have rats helping you with bosses. Okay, we're almost done here. Oh my god, I'm just jumping too early now. And the bots are alive, surprisingly. I will stick to the handmaid in this character for a lot of the run, but we'll use a different class, the Battle Wizard, for a few maps in which we're gonna do a lot of not standard playing. We're gonna glitch out a lot, and I will use also the Shade, which it's another class of the elf, that doesn't have any dashes, but she hits a gigantic amount of damage on her ultimate and can go invisible for a longer time. Oh boy. And I'm gonna use it on the next map whenever. And they aggro the patrol. Patrols are concentrations of. Patrols are one of the things that you can get instead of a boss. They're basically concentration of enemies. Usually armor types. But now I got the speed potion, increases your movement speed and your attack speed. So I can go Sonic mode for a bit. Potions tend to last very short time. Is that another monster? No. Oh, those overheads are scary. And we have another assassin incoming. Don't see it yet. Usually you get these warnings. You get an audio warning when something spawns. And then you have to pay attention when... That's a teleport. When it... Okay, it's close. You get another warning when they teleport nearby. Okay, one bot dead. Where is the assassin? Yeah, that bot is just... Oh, the bot's alive? What? We have the hook right here. This one dies with a charged arrow attack. It doesn't die instantly, but it will die after a bit. Another hook rod somewhere in front. I don't think they're gonna pick that up, but... Oh, it got grabbed. Well, there goes one of the bots, but that's fine. These are berserkers and they're dangerous. They spam their attacks a ton. So you either block them and let teammates deal with them, or just dodge them. Oh my god, this is bad. Okay, nice.
No idea what teamwork is.
That one should die. Yeah, there you go. I want to just start the event as soon as I can.
Let's get this done. Have a care. That's a chaos warrior. There.
That leech, if you notice, the guy spawns behind you. Very fair. But he does make a noise when he... It's a very clear noise when he teleports. And also a really clear noise when he throws the projectile that grabs you. Where is that Chaos Warrior going? A lot of healing. So on this event you want to stay on this side, because there's a lot of spawn points for this whole horde. But if you're in this end of the room, they all spawn close to you. And the closer they are, the faster you kill them. You have to like keep running past them. I'm trying to get headshots on this thing. This looks messy, but everything's under control. Except because there's a hook right there. Oh, these guys are the worst. The shield stormer. Oh, that's bad. So we're gonna clear a bit out of there just to create space. As long as you can keep dodging, you have pretty good chances of staying alive. But when you cannot do that anymore, it gets tricky. Oh, oops. Oh. Oh, I didn't manage to kill it. Well, we're gonna create a bit of a space now, so I can, whoops, revive the bots. That's a patrol, Also, my dash does create bleeding over the enemies I go past. Oh, there's another quick match. Well, first maps be mad disasters. I'm hoping that things get better later. There's another kid there? Where did you come from? So this thing has to start racing, and it hasn't yet, so we're not on the auto scroll section. So these guys, the shields of those storm vermin are, according to the lore, they're blessed, and they are literally indestructible. So you need to push them twice to make them drop the shield, and then you can attack them. But the problem is, like, someone attacks them, it resets their stance, so with the bots there attacking them as well, can be a problem to kill them all. The auto scroll should have started doing, but I still need to kill, I still need to kill certain amount of enemies. I think we're fine now. It's about to be over.
Have a care. Plague monks to deal with.
Headshots are hugely important as well. Even when you're swinging your weapon around, if you see the... I don't know if you guys can notice the crosshair sometimes turning orange. That means I got a headshot. And that's a huge amount of damage and also stagger. So you want to be aiming at high hit level usually all the time. Now this is gonna blow up and kill everything. And we're finally done. 2 deaths here. Yeah, that's a bad start though. Sorry. And that's the first map. So this is kind of like the rhythm of the game. Trying to go as fast as possible while staying alive and just trying to use whatever resources you got and just, I don't know. Like, judge your battle. Sometimes you're going really, really fast, but if you get a monster, for example, the monsters put a wall. That's new. That wasn't at the beginning of the game, for example. You could just outrun the bosses. So you have to like pick your fight. It's like, okay, I have this huge wave behind me. Should I thin it a bit and lose time? But that way I don't get like stuck in a corner later on. So now we're gonna switch classes. I'm gonna go with the lovely shade. So the difference with the shade is that every 1 minute, and with the cooldown reduction it's 40 seconds, I get a huge amount of damage. I go invisible, she can stay invisible for 15 seconds, and you ignore any collision, so you can just run through enemies. And I get a huge nuke on my next attack. My next attack is gonna do tons of damage. So that's really good for kill bosses. That's like the speciality of the class. But this map has a lot of narrow passages and narrow places. Narrow places that can get you killed extremely fast. So that's why I'm using the shade. So I can just go invisible and try to save it for the choke points. And if I need it, just run past things. I still can use the two-handed sword, so I get the movement tech, which helps a bit, but I won't have the dash that the Handmaiden does. So the Handmaiden comes on speed by a ton, especially when you get a concentration potion, which lets you use your ult several times in a row, and then you just save almost save a minute just by dashing forward.
We've work to do.
Oh. I did not want that. And I got a boss here. Oh my god!
So now we fight a troll. Delightful. That's dead. Plague monks.
So now, depending on the weapons, for example, oops, that attack is also gonna change. Hello there. This is no good. There we go. The string potion is doing work. Oh, no, no. I need... Okay. I did not get it in time. I did it too early. He has iframes when it's racing. Although I waste a bit of damage. Oops. I played safe. And there is a fight. Okay, he's dead. Well, thank you, Gary. This is a good showcase of why this run can be so dangerous. I got a horse. It's gonna be a bit tricky to go through this passage, sadly.
I don't.
When you kill enemies and when you get hit, your ult also gets recharged. So that's how I just got it all the way back. I'm gonna try to stay full to avoid any casualties. Ooh. Oh, I'm stuck. There he goes. We're fine. That's not nice. Yep. But this, oh my god, a guaranteed potion here. We're gonna use.
Heal, please. Shield me from sight.
On water, you get slowed down, so it's just better to just keep jumping instead. Trying to clear a bit. Two reasons. One, so I don't get choked down. Oh jeez. And the other one, so the bots also stay alive. There's one that's gonna die. That's Saltspire. That little skull that you see next to the health bar, it means that they have been wounded. You can go down once, and then if you go down again, you die, and then you respawn ahead, and your team can revive you. That number increases, decreases on difficulty. On Recruit, I think they changed it so you never really die. You can keep getting like revive over and over and over and over. You can keep going down. But on Champion, it goes down to, on Veteran difficulty, it goes down to twice. Okay, you need to remember the symbols here for this event. The symbols mark the door.
One door only to face another. Sounds like a bad prophecy.
And the event means they're gonna get swarmed by things here. Oh, they're blowing up roaches. I have a lot of problems here. Sometimes I forget which symbol is it, even though I just saw it. Too many shield vermins, make things a mess. Come on. The game also has it's not really a difficulty thing, but you have to 5 books through the run. Oh my god. That's annoying. I cannot one-shot that one, mostly because of the armor. Oh, that's nice. Speed.
Need a healing drop, guys.
So at least we're past the first part, where things can get really messy. Oh, that's really bad. That was an overhead. We're gonna go invisible. We're gonna take it easy. There is a little jump I can do there to save time. Not gonna bother this time.
Comes to challenge me. Let the black rat come. I've an arrow for him.
That's not gonna enough to kill them, but we're fine.
Stunner warrior, come
Okay, this is good.
Stun ready. Lightly.
Oh, ammo. So now the concentration potion lets me do my ultimate several, oh my god, times in a row if I consume it. And that's gonna be good, because I'm gonna drop all the aggro I can. Oh, that's bad. Oh, this is bad. Okay, that was really bad. I didn't notice I had no stamina. The stamina are the little shields that you see ahead. And now this is gonna help me because I'm gonna just go invisible all the way to the final event. Unless I royally messed up, I should be fine.
Go, I'm right behind you.
Dusk and shadow.
The bots all died, so... Oof, yeah, that's dangerous. I'm leaving it alive because that way I
Chance
can
in the
just
dark
keep
tunnel.
going
My
invisible
fears were
here.
correct.
And the bot should be respawning right now. Okay, that was spooky on
It's
the
a demon
stairs.
summoning, woven from death and decay.
Frisky, I
Still some things are gonna keep chasing. What is this thing? Yeah, that should kill it. Now this event's pretty simple. You stay inside the circle for 2 minutes, and that's all you need to do. If someone goes down, you need to have at least one person here. If everyone goes down, it starts like decreasing the bar again, unless you get a checkpoint. There's 2
I'm
checkpoints
ready
along
for
the thing.
you.
Usually events are static in the sense that they're not like much more harder depending on difficulty, so they're pretty tame. I'm gonna have this wave of enemies, I'm gonna have a few specials, but in general, for example, I cannot get a monster here. This pool in the middle used to do damage to you, so this was a lot harder when it released. Now it just lowers your stamina, so you lose your ability to block or push, but that's all it does.
the ritual's gonna eat them all.
I have no idea where the bots are going. So the game, the speedrun community is not super big for this game. I got into speedrunning this just a few months ago. For me, it's mostly a different way to play the game. The community focuses mostly on level runs. If you will see the runs, they are insanely quick and insanely optimized. But they also have to deal with a lot of like the randomization, so there's a lot of grinding involved. But the times can get like insanely quick. I think I hear a hook rat. So those are the checkpoints where the wizards get like blown up. So far, there hasn't been really any skips on this. It's just, this is normal gameplay. In the next map, we have a bit of a sequence break.
Only hurts when I laugh, hurts when I breathe.
And kill the vermin before it grows.
And we're almost done. There is the exit, there is a wall, the same type of that the bosses put. As long as that progress bar goes out, we can just advance. Just gonna go
But the
invisible
exiles
for no
can.
reason.
Loner must be told of what is past here. We need to enter the portal.
So this is kind of a weird run because during the full game you are subject to the RNG and the randomization on every single run. I mean every single map. So you cannot really grind it in the same way that you do in the same way that you do level speedruns. So it's mostly a marathon kind of thing. You're just holding up for dear life and trying to minimize. So sometimes you're just losing time on a map. If you're preventing a death, it might end up just faster, eventually. Now we're gonna go back to the Handmaiden. Now this is a map that's usually quite slow. You have to carry a minecart through most of the level.
It's hard to believe, but
So
the
it's
Rockbloods are turning
at first glance it's like,
regular
how do you
old trolls
go
into
faster if you're limited to the speed of the cart? But you can ignore a section of the cart, and that's where the sequence break comes in hand.
You'll need black powder, but there's
So it's
plenty
not
laying
as terrible
around
as it
out
might
there.
seem at the beginning.
This show with a bat.
Is this really necessary? Only fun so far is seeing you mayflies shiver in the cold.
Even before this vile troll existed, Christ's mind was touched by the rebels. Well, Dory, don't you want to hack away at these stupid trolls?
So we have to find the card first.
Can you not smell that mayflies? First,
More
ahead. With the wind.
monks, kill monks. Oh, that's the dangerous attack. Oh, no. Oh, I got stuck on the torch.
Hurry, this way. Another blackbird. Vermin never learn.
So here, there is a part that I have to do. The first part I find the card, and the major problem is that
Almost there.
a lot of enemies are gonna get. Oh,
Where your hit turn up, Strangler.
a lot of enemies are gonna get pulled into the thing.
We may yet surprise the gunner.
So I want to, if
I've
possible,
got some bindings. These bandages are
to
filthy.
avoid as many
This way.
enemies as I can. I'm gonna see if I can just try to rush ahead. And then the bots are gonna. The bots keep up on you, not because they can. Oh, there's almost nothing here. This is nice. Oh, but I got a wave. Well. So here we have the card. And we have to score it for a bit. This was lucky though. I didn't get that many ambience. So you have like kind of 3 types of enemies. You have like the specials, which just spawn randomly, like this. You have hordes like this one that also can spawn. You get like a little jingle and music going on. And then you have ambience, enemies that are just standing around, patrolling. Oof! I got hit by that. These guys have the heavy armor in the entire game after bosses. Yeah, this was pretty calm. Usually this section is a mess, so this is nice.
A vile stench won't save me.
Another little event, and this part is really nice to have bosses on. If you get hit while carrying this, oh my god. If you get hit while carrying the barrels, they blow up, and you need 3 on the card. I got lucky, I got 2 on this side. Dang it. Don't blow them up.
Make up your mind. Do we need that card or not?
So this pushes you forward a lot, but you have to be careful with trusting how much it pushes you forward. Sometimes can get you. Oh, there's a patrol nearby. Oh my god. Jeez. Where's the patrol? Am I gonna aggro it? Oh yes, I'm gonna aggro it. Well, there's not much I can do. Because the bots are gonna aggro it anyway. Or not, wait. No, yeah, this is gonna happen. I don't want to lose more time, so we'll just dash through. So now the card is here, but this is not the same card, so we can just ignore this thing. Oh, that's bad. Oh, they killed it. Nice. And this section is dark. So, another reason why this map is not very popular among people. Tends to be messy, especially if you're escorting the extremely slow card. And I cannot see crap here. And I cannot use my ult because I need it for the sequence break. Oh god, no! didn't see it behind the storm vermin. And the bots are nowhere to be seen, and I got another death. Oh. Well, that was unfortunate. Yeah, the disablers are like the major issue.
Those bile trolls ain't
Dang it.
natural. Rot blood sorcerers are using some kind of altar to churn them out, and it's up to you to disrupt the
Couldn't
whole
run me
operation
face.
with a bloody big bang. Yes, that's right. It'll take black powder to get the job done. I know there's more than enough.
I'm getting
time
slightly worried because
around
some
this
deaths
place.
just it's normal, it happens.
So
Like
use what you've
my PV has like 2 deaths. But
If Luna
I
wants
usually
this
don't
done,
die
why is he so
at any
hot
of
on
these
this?
maps.
Not ours. Well, we're
So
out here
I'm
in the
getting
cold.
slightly worried.
Make way!
Visited upon them in these mines. Onward!
Another thing with the game is that it has a lot more depth
Pretty
that's,
sleepy. Now.
that you tell at the beginning, but you don't really notice until you are playing the hardest difficulties when your knights learn like the stagger values and things like that, and then you notice that weapons don't automatically kill any enemies anymore, and you have to learn how to dodge more. And with even these little rats do like 40 damage, so they, oops,
There's a bomb
they
here.
also can kill you pretty quick, especially when they're alone. There is a mechanic in which if a horde is in front of you,
Storm vermin.
these enemies, the small ones, do less damage than when they're alone. So then if you get like a bit, if you get getting overwhelmed by a horde,
Take
it's
whatever
less
ammunition you
dangerous
carry.
than not paying attention to your surroundings and getting
Black rat.
getting hit by random enemies. That should kill it. Yeah. Now I'm gonna have a lot of crap here.
A challenge at last.
Just use
Time
this
for the
for now.
potion.
Ideally, you want a speed potion or a concentration potion, so you rush until the end of this tunnel. Then the bots teleport to you, and then you don't aggro anything. But I'm getting a bit lucky with these bits, though, because I'm not usually get a wave of things coming here, and nothing really happening now.
A black rat approaches.
This will not very effective against these enemies. But if I can, oh, I got a horde. Okay, so now it's gonna be a bit problematic for the event. Did I leave the car behind? I think I did. Cool, grab somewhere.
Drill amongst the drill friend.
Oh boy. Well, now the bots are all alive, so it's not a problem. Usually when you get... Oh, that's a problem. When you get disabled, the bots are pretty good at rushing you immediately unless they're QDC. Whoa, okay, where are you going? Oh, it just killed itself. Nice. If you could stop, thank you. Okay. Oh, I thought the bots will get it. Can I pick up the barrel now? Okay, there it goes.
Yeah, that rattling.
You want their boots?
You do move slightly slower with the barrel. What is this thing? Oh, there it
But these hurt rats love their toys. Vengeful Drakira is no one pushing the cart.
So you didn't get a boss. This map, for example, has a fixed boss at the end, but you don't need to kill it. So this is kind of lucky so far. Oh, was a disabler there. Is that patrolling here? Oh no, it's just back. Side. Okay. Just keep the patrol.
I don't want to die in the dark, but I certainly won't die alone.
I don't think that's gonna help much, but trying to get the bots with some healing. Sometimes they use it, sometimes they don't. Oh, that's actually really good. We're gonna use this. Because now I can just spam my dash. And I no need to wait about saving my ult for the jump. But all this part you're supposed to be escorting the card, and we can just jump here instead. It's gonna die, so it's fine. Oh, another concentration. Okay, I got lucky. Just use it actually. This makes me invisible when I do it as well. Oh, I got a boss, but this is fine. We're just gonna keep going. So hopefully I don't get all this aggro. And just fight the boss at the end here. Where there's resources. Ah, the bots are gonna die. I have infinite ammo here.
Now,
Oh, you teleported while down. Well, the other bots are not really coming. Oh my god. The bot. Okay, there it goes. Can't you stop it?
One less
Oh, that's not nice. The bots are getting overrun. I already lost 2. The problem here is that bots did not. Oh, this is bad. And I got the 4-2. Okay, this is gonna get bad, but it should be fine.
Over there, Lumberfist. Chaos Warrior.
The major problem is I cannot attack the boss because there's too much shit here. And we're gonna use this just to create space.
Ah, mayfly brains. Wandered off again.
Oh, no. Why are you still alive? So ahead, those guys are actually a lot further away than it looks.
Here, healing drop.
I don't want to lose
Look at that armored
my access to the ammo.
dead.
2 of this. Oh, 3, 4, okay. Okay, this is a bit more complicated than it could be otherwise. If I can kill the boss before advancing, that would be great. This is the only thing I want. Kill the boss. Like this. Wait, oh nice, a bomb. Okay, he's in. Lost a lot of time there, but it's fine. The major problem now are the Chaos Warriors. And now I do have to escort the cart. Okay, that's one less. Oh, I'm already getting swarm. Worst case scenario, I could go for the boss and come back down to avoid having an accident. And I might have to do that because I'm gonna have a few disablers.
Make up
And
your
having
mind. Do we need that cart or not? Lumberfist kindly kill that
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do that actually. Because I think there is a gutter roller as well there. I think I heard it, but I'm not entirely sure.
Chaos Warrior Mayflies.
So if I get my bait bots at least, I can make sure I'm not gonna be the only target. And the ally is getting messed up, that's good. Not ideal, but better safe than sorry. I don't know why. This is a this is introduced bug on the last version of the game. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. When you're running the game, since this is online only, it's a bit of a problem with the versions. Because, for example, that bug that they are just standing still without doing anything was introduced on December. That I never had it happen before that, and on the December patch, that bug got introduced. That's actually very helpful. I don't know if you can trigger it intentionally. Don't think it does. Don't think you can, but it can be very helpful in some maps when you have a high concentration of enemies. You go invisible, and if they are going down a ledge, they tend to break. But for example, older versions of the game were a lot faster because you didn't need to kill the bosses to advance. You could just like outrun them. So it's a bit hard to compare times.
You hear that? Rattling gunner. A vile troll.
So that's the fixed boss of this map, but we don't really need to kill it. As soon as everyone crosses the bridge, the event finishes and this door opens. Okay. So the main game has 13 maps, and you have 3 acts. You have the first 3 maps, like I just did, and then you have a lore map, which has like a special boss at the end. And this is the one we're gonna do. We're gonna go with the shade again. And then you have like the final act, which is like extremely long mission, and it has multiple bosses and things like that. It's pretty cool. We're gonna skip most of it though. So this is one of the lore
Now,
maps.
There's a sorcerer lord creating quite a hullabaloo down in what's left of Helmgard. Turns out it's Burble Spew Hail Scourge, the same fat bastard.
How many
who ordered
weapons?
the theft
Oh,
of
the
Warhammer
the
collection
collection
in
on the
the
side.
fight,
I don't know.
remember?
Have a lot.
Alicia says he's conjuring up a city-sized.
So why the
plague
shade here?
beast
For
which
the
will
attack
make
that
the
does slightly more
rock
damage,
stronger
and because of the
kill any
invincibility as
decent
well.
folk.
Because of
So,
the there is some choke
Ride
points.
the guildsman's lift into the centre and just stove his bloody head in. No one steals from me.
Impatient today, eh? Well, I'd offer a rousing chorus or something, but I reckon it only makes things worse.
Gonna really quick, gonna lose a bit of time, but we're gonna check around if I can get some potions. No, nothing there.
Have a care.
There's a patrol around. There's a patrol. Oh, this is good. Oh, I should have picked up that armor. The good thing is like the patrols are the equivalent of getting a monster. So when you get a patrol, you know there's not a monster. This area, it's usually you get a monster that blocks the entrance to this elevator ahead. So this is pretty good. Oh, that's even better.
The potion's over here.
Oh. Oh, they didn't pick up the other potion, oh well. Concentration, a lot safer, especially here.
This we you speak of with such reverence.
The Victor bot is probably gonna die really quick, so I'm gonna try to kill these things. even though I usually don't do this.
The weave transcends.
Just
the
trying to
divine.
keep
Your
the bots
Sigmar
alive a
serves
bit.
it, as do we all. I walk.
So now, as long as I don't hit anything, I'm gonna stay invisible. Usually you have the screen going like all smoky, black and white here, but you can install... The game has some system that with sanction mods, so you can use mods and play the game normally. It's like the developer approved mods, and one of them lets you customize a bit of the UI. Oh, I missed that second arrow. And it also lets you remove effects, because it's really bad for visibility. It looks cool, but you cannot really identify threats, because everything looks the same. Checking if there's anything. Oh, this is good.
Shield me from sight too.
One bot dying.
The shadows hide me. For Klar cowards.
So this is very smooth, more than usual so far. I'm probably gonna have a monster here.
Someday.
Or not? This is really... It just gets scared when things are just going my way, because the other maps also had things like this, and then I just got screwed by something else. It's weird when the game is being nice to you. Okay, that was my fault. I thought I dodged the overhead. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
For the exiles, Ken.
That's an ability... Oh, there's the boss. That's an ability of Kruber. He has an AoE.
I want
We're gonna use this,
I
even though it should not be necessary, but...
dusk and shadow. I walk.
I just wanted to get rid of that quick. Because if not, all the things... Okay, that's good. For the final boss. They start accumulating all the enemies that we haven't killed. They start catching up. And that's not good. Anything here? Nope. Oh, wait. Oh, no. There's not really that much stuff. Okay, that was lazy. As long as you do a charge attack, even on the body, doesn't need to be a headshot, those guys die. So this is the part where we're about to reach the final boss of the stage, the Lord. And usually you get a lot of enemies accumulated that rush into the arena, and that's a pain in the ass. That's not gonna do. I'm gonna try to... Yeah, there's a bit of a mess.
They are short and warm. That rot hell might
This is
test
pretty
me
much a
by-
recipe for disaster now.
Great. Alone again.
Oh.
Typical.
Oh my god! I'm having all this that's near the end of the maps, and that's just the worst possible scenario I can get. God dang it. This is when I'm weirded out that the game's just so nice, and then at the end I get things like this. I got it.
Now, there's a sorcerer lord creating...
Yeah, me getting
quite a
destroyed is usually
hullabaloo
for...
down in
It
what's
takes like
left
2
of
seconds
Helmgard.
for the
Turns
character
out
to
it's
die.
Burble Spew Hail Scourge, the same fat bastard who ordered the theft of my book collection in Ubersreich, remember? Alicia says he's conjuring up a city-sized plague.
So at that
mist
point where I
which will
reach
make
is
the
when you
rot
want
blood
to...
stronger
It depends on
and
the
kill
resources
any
that you
decent
have, but
folk.
you
So,
might want to
ride
stop,
the
try to clear the
guildsman's
wave, and then go
way
into the boss.
centre,
Or go into the
just
boss, but then you're
stow
gonna have
his
to deal with the wave
bloody
anyway.
head.
So it
Now,
all depends on how many resources you have. If you have a lot, you can just go and start the boss fight. And then just use bombs, potions. But I rather kill things before so I can focus on using those resources on the bosses. I'm just gonna go this way then. They're not cooperating. And we got a boss this time.
Come, Blackbat. Taste steel.
The characters, if you notice, the character called the boss, and I don't have anything yet. There's no music, there's no troll screaming, but the characters do call. Oh, nice. They do call for things that are ahead. The monster here does not trigger until it should spawn now. Oh, there's two. Where's the other one? Oh, there. It triggers when you go past this area. It's literally behind that wall.
What teamwork entails.
There it is.
The shadows hide.
The shade does a ton of damage, so this is easier than usual. We can save the strength potion. Oh, there's a hook rat somewhere. Oh, wait. Oh no! Oh my god. The bot, I don't think they're gonna get here in time. Okay, that was my fault. I thought I shot the arrow and I cancelled it. I'm actually still very sub-estimate though, but I have like 40 minutes. But at this rate, I'm actually worried. I'm really worried. But I'm sub-estimate. My PV on this is 2 hours 47, and the estimate is an hour over that. Because I was saying before though, every death makes you lose a ton of time.
We've trouble in Elmgard.
But we're still fine.
New hail scourge started to summon a plague mist large enough to cloak the whole town. Good for the Northlanders, bad for the rest of us. There's a guildsman's lift that'll get you close to where he's playing, silly buggers. Change the weather foreshowing.
It's
by
mostly the
any
loading screens. You get like a minute to
by
enter the map
any
and a
means
minute to
necessary.
exit the map. So it's like a lot of dead time in between.
So far, so good.
Yeah, the estimate was very bad on site.
The rest is down to us. Impatient today. Around the course or something. I reckon it only makes things worse.
Oh, I got stuck on the box.
Got these blackbird bastards again.
We're almost there.
Oh, nothing there. I'm not gonna go above, even though there's usually stuff there. Is that a patrol? I think it is. Yeah, that's gonna get aggro by the bots now, because they're gonna teleport to me and they are, well, not invisible. But if I can get to the elevator, if the elevator is empty, like this, can I give the other one? Yes. Ah, the bomb! I couldn't pick up the bomb. So bots carry things. They, for example, do not use bombs, and they do not use potions, and they give them to you when you consume one. But the bots are probably gonna die now, so I'm just gonna let them like this. So they should give me the potion now. Hello? Hello? There it goes.
I walk beyond the light.
This is a bit of a waste of the potion, but
In darkness.
better than just being completely to waste by no one ever using it, because the bots are gonna die with it on hand. Oh, another one. But if there is a chance that the bots end up alive at the end. Ooh,
The shadows hide.
Strength potion is really good for the last boss. Yeah, see, there's two bots there already.
Make it suffer.
Oh, there's two of them. That's not good. Wait, the other one? Yeah, it's there. Yeah, that little whoosh sound, it's when you're about to get hit by the back. It's not 100% reliable, but it does help.
More storm vermin.
Funnily enough, when the game launched, that sound did not exist because it was broke. Okay, I got a troll.
Storm vermin.
There's another way to get rid of bosses as well. What is it? Oh, it went for the bot. Oh, that's convenient. And it's dropping them off a ledge.
I walk in endless silence.
But that requires some...
Weapons ready, Lumberfoots. There's something bigger and clumsier than you guys.
Where did the boss go? It's just so late. So you get these walls that you cannot pass. There is a character that sometimes can just go over them. Where's the thing? There it is.
I never thought your fear sounds
That puke can be pretty dangerous because it fully blinds you. Here is the weak point of this thing. Come on, got to run her somewhere. Okay. What? Yeah, you God damn, you got to run.
There's a chaos warrior.
Wasn't even aiming at me, but yeah, you have to be prepared for those kind of things. Usually you have like some kind of cooldowns in between important enemies.
Chaos warrior.
I'm actually gonna play it safe. I'm gonna go with this. Oh, I hope this survives to the end. Having a concentration. Having a concentration potion, and strength will be pretty cool. So this is about the point where I have to clear the wave of things behind, even though there's not that much, but there's usually some spawns here.
Stop it! The chaos warrior. Just what we needed.
every dead foe. Blatant my faith in you.
Mine?
For the exiles, Ken.
Yeah, this is pretty quiet now.
Healing drop.
So the other bots are just behind, having fun with their way. Even though there's no much things left. No much left to kill.
Welcome, honored visitors.
Oh, they killed the loot rat, it
Your
seems.
timing is impeccable.
I don't see it
My
coming.
ritual could use a soul of
Loot rat somewhere. There.
my maculate blood.
You cannot escape judgment like that!
If I can get attacks with this, it will be
My
nice.
disdain alone will spell you.
poison is pretty annoying. And this guy teleports a lot. Yeah, that's what I wanted.
For the exiles, Ken.
That should kill it. He survived! What? She's serious. Okay, there it goes. Slight damage miscalculation there.
Dusk and shadow.
Okay, so with that, we finished the first act. That was pretty slow. 4 maps in an hour. Yeah, that's no. In an hour what? An hour 10, I think, we're in. But we're within the caution to get this thing going. So now we're back to the Handmaiden, and we're gonna stick to that for quite a few maps. She's pretty much the fastest just because of the dash moves and anything, and the two-handed sword. There is another weapon that pushes you actually faster, which is the dagger. But the dagger uses push attacks to go faster, and that uses stamina. So at the point that you have to recharge stamina, the sword ends up being faster because it kind of catches up. Because you're not using anything that requires any resources to do the swap. This is another map that used to be faster because there is an event at the very end in which you have to interact with some switches, and you could put yourself on a spot in which you were basically in the air and you were untouchable by enemies. So you could just like, as long as you get the setup right, you had an easy time at the end. They removed that, they made the area smaller, you don't have a safe spot anymore, so you have to deal with a whole wave of enemies like dancing around you. And that's where the bots are important for keeping the enemies entertained. Most of the time they do die, but just buying you some time every once in a while is pretty nice.
A mayfly concoction. Useful enough.
This one has like 2-3 sections which can be pretty big choke points. And one is right here at the beginning, so you're hoping that you don't get any monsters. Or patrols, or anything really. Narrow sections are the worst. Oh, there was healing up there. Oh, I missed. So since this choke point is kind of big, I'm trying to... Oh, there's a patrol. That's not nice. And there is still a rat Gatling, I mean a Gatling, hook rat. Ah, an assassin. I heard it spawn earlier. The good thing about patrols though is that they can de-aggro if anything disappears, everything disappears around them. Oh, no, what I wanted to use. So we didn't get a boss in that section, that's really good. But we got one here. Still, big areas are much better to manage, but you also have more enemies that you can pull. And the patrol is still there, nice! So now we have to get rid of the patrol first, or it's gonna be too big of a problem later. So we have 2 bots almost dead. This is okay.
Come, Blabla. Taste steel.
Oh.
Storm vermin. It'll die like the rest. Shadow.
Go on, I just heal for now.
Just how it is.
Now the problem is that when you're alone,
Mayflies.
you do get what's it called? Disablers also start spawning to put like pressure on you getting to your teammates. That's not nice.
Are you blind? Watch out! Plague vermin.
And the problem now is that I'm pulling more enemies. Oh, this is bad.
So, you can hit them.
Oh, this is really bad. 1, 2, okay. Oof. I'm gonna see if the bot can entertain that for a bit. Nothing here.
Wrangler, bring it down. Don't let it touch me. Ha! A dead pug master is a
I don't know why the boss is not coming. Where's the boss? Oh, there it is. Hello there.
I'll admit it.
Oh,
I'm in.
I got stuck. Those unblockable attacks
Die that easily.
are pretty dangerous.
No sorrow for a dead pug master.
So your teammates do spawn within the boss wall before they could spawn after, and that was a problem. This still can bug out sometimes though, sadly, but most of the time works fine.
That's the problem with spawn. You never know what you're hitting.
This is really terrible to fight because of the old elevation changes, but it's pretty tiny.
Storm vermin. There's no end to them.
And there is a choke point ahead, so I don't want to like... I want to kill a few things at least. Oh. So that way I don't get super messed up. That should be fine.
Watch your back.
Let's see if we can make it through now. Yeah, we're fine. Okay, that's gonna be important. Now the focus is trying to get to the event with the least amount of aggro possible.
Healing drop. With no winds.
Or at the same time you can get with a lot of aggro, and that usually breaks the event, and then nothing happens during it, but you have a giant like wave of enemies with you anyway.
Come on, up here.
So it's hard to tell which one is gonna be better. Yes, in general you can use your ultimates if you hold the revive button.
Lost kin as much as you or I.
If you're holding your revive button, you can just do other. Oh man, that's nice. Can I get that, please? Oh, there was. Okay, in all this distance here, it makes you drop aggro a lot of the time, but not necessarily. So with this, what you can do before is something like this, and you will be in the air, but way further ahead, and you will be pretty much invulnerable to enemies. Now, at least by doing this, I get less focused by the mobs, but I pretty much can get hit just fine.
Someone help the dwarf. I think he's drunk.
And I have all the bots dead.
We are short a dwarf.
So we're gonna revive this one so he can help a bit.
Find your solace.
Try to poison so at least the numbers get reduced a bit. But the elite enemies will stay alive because they are not as weak. We're gonna have to keep doing this, reviving the bots when I can.
River's gone.
I'm just slowly pushing this.
Always
So I'm gonna have to
behind.
draw a big circle. Okay, there's one bot there. I just want to draw a big circle so they get away from the platforms.
Look for the control cluster. It should respond to touch.
I just need the bots buying me a bit of time. And I got that.
Hold fast. They may be repulsive, but they die easily enough.
This should be fine.
Festering vermin. Kill them all.
But the event did break. Like I didn't. The first wave of enemies, I don't think it did spawn.
Shields up. He's a planted. Now let's push. That's right. Close. That's a keen eye. You got there with you.
Oh, they get.
Get Aaron. Get me out.
So this did not used to happen before. Those guys are just completely broken.
Challenge me.
This is pretty new. So this is pretty cool online though. You can just do a lot of you can just like have one person. If you have invisible characters, you can use them, or you can have like a lot of cooperation with one guarding, the other one doing the thing. Because actually, the game in general is pretty nicely designed as a co-op game. And now we're done. But yeah, before you could just like get on. This ledge was a lot longer. It was like pointier. So you could be like at the very end, activate the thing, and just be floating in the air. It was pretty nice to do. But it got patched out so people would not exploit this. Here's the exit. We're gonna just wait here.
What fire?
I have no idea why that fire rod it's always there. But every time it's down there. Not entirely sure why. Yeah, you automatically block when you revive, but it's better that you manually block and hold the block while you revive, because that way when you finish reviving, you will be blocking already. If not, you're gonna have the transition from being not blocking, and you're gonna be blocking while reviving, you're gonna release the block and then block again. And then when you're surrounded by enemies, it's really bad. I don't think it's obvious, but this game doesn't have traditional tanking also. Like there's guys that you see with a shield or with heavy armor, but there's the traditional, like the guy that's in the front that gets hit. That doesn't really work. Attacks actually go through enemies, so you can have a teammate in front blocking, and if you didn't block, it's just gonna hit you. So the way that you tank in this game is by pushing. Pushing draws aggro. So when you push an enemy, it's gonna focus you. So when you're reviving an enemy, an ally, what you do is either kill everything around, or you can also kill a few, push them, and then revive. That means that they're gonna be attacking you and not the guy that's down on the ground.
Because you'll need provisions on your way to destroying the wretched thing. We don't actually know if that lump they've raised in Helmgard is a real screaming mill, but better safe.
But the last map, this is pretty straightforward. It's just like rushing to the end, trying to do everything as fast as possible.
Smashing a bracky belly.
The game used to have a bug, which was extremely nice. That intro that you get at the beginning, where the camera is panning around and it's slowly getting to you, and then you get regain control. You could regain control while on that cutscene, and it was super fun because you had to like memorize the layout of the map while blindly navigating. But they fixed it. I don't know why. It was the best. I love that glitch. It also saves like 12 minutes because you advance through the cutscene, but it's gone.
A rotel is clumsier than you, mate. Like,
Oh, dang it. Oh, there's a patrol over there. Gonna go this way. So there's a chance that once we go to patrol, that means at least in this section we won't have a boss. And that also means that I can just dash. Oh, that's bad. I can dash forward a bit, but there is a bit of a cooldown. You usually do not get a bunch of enemies at the same time. I should have killed that thing actually, but I think it's fine.
The eternal dance. Make way.
Good chance I get potions here. I shouldn't have bothered with that, but I think we're fine. Oh, missed a headshot. There we go. Okay, so at this point, I might get another boss, especially in this area. There's a lot of... Wait, okay. Yeah. You, where are you? Oh, another patrol. I think it's gonna get aggro no matter what. Or I can just run past it. Oh, it's over there. Just checking for resources here. Don't really see anything else. No healing, no potions.
Up here.
I come for you!
By no means. Green face lies.
This is nice. Now I have to be careful because this is an entire corridor. You usually you hit things blocking the way here.
Not all cruelties are equal, even amongst vermin.
Not much this time.
Chin up, Miltrivd.
Hey, we're almost done with the map.
They don't like that.
Now we gotta drop this bell. And we're gonna have a fixed boss right after. But you don't need to kill that one either. You can just run and get the hell out. Just finish them up.
Shine around their madness. They'll face frenzied hordes.
Yes, you can also do that. You can. There is a lot of things that you can do for cooperation. Oops, there's that. Okay, there's a lot of disablers around us, it seems. More than I thought initially.
One eye is
That's a
lost.
bit worrying.
That bell is certainly dealt with. There, gone. Packmaster, cease your roaring, Bruiser.
Now I'm on my own. With the speed potion and the dashes. Oh, this can have a.
No more running.
Oh, I didn't have anything.
That. Let the potion work. Make way.
So the boss, if you take too long here, the boss it is actually running behind you, and it's gonna eventually catch up. And the fact that there's nothing here happens because you overload the game with all the enemies that are behind you, and then less stuff spawns in front of you as well. It used to be worse. They have been optimizing the game a lot, so you have this happening less. Before it was pretty bad. You could get like a huge wave at the beginning, and then the rest of the map will be absolutely empty. So that was pretty okay. 5 minutes 14. I think this map can be done in nearly 3 minutes, if I recall. If you get the right amount of potions and all of that. It can be insanely quick. Now this map, I do need the bots at the end because you have to manipulate a cannon and you cannot do anything while that happens and you keep getting swarmed. And this game, this map has a very it's not a super giant skip, but the fun part is that it's a sequence break. You avoid the entire first part of the map. But the best is that any class can do it. It's not like class dependent or anything. So you can have your whole group just skipping the first part if they don't mind losing the tomes, the books that help you get better loot when you're grinding. It's a tiny bit of a jump here. And then you jump here and you're good. And then you just skip like, I don't know, 3-4 minutes of running.
Sleepy. Now. It's a healing drop.
Oh no, I got blocked there. Hi. As long as I don't get pushed down, we're fine. The same as before. Patrol means that there's no boss. And no monsters means there is no walls that stop you and force you to slow down and kill things. Oh no, don't do that.
Gunner dead.
Oh yeah, they picked it up. Bots do not necessarily pick up things along the way. So most of the time you have to give them an instruction for that. Here's a big chance of getting a monster. And I did it. Nice. Not gonna bother with that. Don't think we're gonna get that many things chasing us here. Bomb, that's good. Oh no, the train screw up my dash. The dialogue is really well done. It's one of the best things. I think these games have been among the best translations to video games of the Warhammer universe. Oh, okay, there we go, the boss. Oh no, it got pushed out of the way. So I'm gonna try to drop this boss to the ground because it will be faster, but I don't know how well it's gonna work. Oh, that's not good. Oh, it's already too late. Okay, let's just kill it then. If he doesn't grab any, he should be dead now. There he goes, yeah. We have a horde, but we can just dash past that. You can also use walls to go past hordes like this. You push them and hit them a bit, create a window. Ooh, that's fun. I just keep advancing. Dang it, I wanted to get the one shot. I did not get it. Oh, these guys are annoying. They do less damage, but it's pretty annoying having to deal with. And we're gonna open here. Not for speed, because that's gonna give me access to bombs later on. And I might need them if things get out of control.
That was the gate. There won't be a lack of rats and stunners ahead.
And the bot's picking up some healing. Now if I can get a speed potion or a concentration potion, not getting so far. That would be nice, because you have to carry a cannonball in the middle of this event. Yeah, they don't really need this much.
That rot hell might test us.
But here we go. The first part of the event, you get swarmed by enemies, and you need to kill a certain amount of them, so we progress. It's a certain type of enemy, I think it's Marauders. They have to be 4 alive. And I absolutely need the bots alive on this. The good thing is that if they do die, they just respawn in the same area. So it's not that terrible. I can just buy time. We should be about to advance.
Flies. They don't get another shot.
Again, the elf
There we go.
proves herself an efficient tool for thrust.
So while I'm doing this, I cannot do absolutely anything. So I need the bots to basically protect you. This used to be a safe spot. It's not anymore.
Murderous eyes all around us. Seems we get to do it all again, Mayflies. There's a second.
So what we're doing here is actually attack those things in the distance. Those catapults. We need to shoot this one more time. A cannonball will spawn at a random spot on the fort.
We need more cannonballs. Sink them up.
And over there.
You are done.
And I hate this cannonball so much. Hello? No, no. Fire the cannon, get the hell out of here. Now it goes the first, the next map is the first one I'm gonna use, the Battle Wizard. It's one of my worst maps, so I'm pretty worried. The Battle Wizard has access to movement speed with the dagger, but on this map I need to tend to fight a lot. So instead I'm gonna use a weapon that has a lot of armor penetration and high damage, which is a new weapon that I got added onto the game in December. The problem with that is that I'm a lot slower. And this is another one, this is the second act, the Lord of the second map, and he cannot be staggered, and also has an insane amount of armor, so I kind of need, that's the reason why I'm going with this weapon instead. So I'm gonna have to be very careful if I don't want to like mess this up. But it has a very neat out of bounds. So when you're using the Battle Wizard, it's because you're going to take advantage of his ultimate, which is a teleport. And it's a teleport that usually follows the ground. But in certain parts, in a bunch of maps, you can get on really good positions, and you can go out of bounds or go over objects that you should not be able to get to it. Or you can go past gates and past doors and past walls and things like that. There's a lot of tech that people have found during the year that this game has been out.
You reckon the Skaven will fall for this again, mates? Not much glory in fighting Raki. Kill the leader.
All the things that I've been doing this, most of them are all thanks to the things that the speedrunning community has done, putting videos and trying to do like encyclopedia. And also people doing races and just finding things like the optimized movement tech. And I cannot before what I was doing with the elf, since I know how much speed you get, I was, oh my god, I was pretty much abusing that speed to get out of range of these guys. So they were doing exactly the same thing they're doing now when I was running with the elf, but they couldn't catch up with me. That was the difference. Now the thing with this character is that teleport also staggers when you reach your destination. But if you guys notice that I'm not getting, because this is usually when you block, stamina gets consumed. That's normal behavior. But this character can reach 100% block reduction, and that's what makes it also a very, very safe character. So as long as I don't get pushed, oh, there's a boss. That's not bad. I'm pretty sure I can skip this one though. Oh, this is not nice. I think I'm gonna fight the boss just for safety. Because the thing is that if I go ahead, there's an assassin as well nearby. Oh, where is it? There it is. Because I don't want to lose my bots, because when I reach the next area, it's also gonna be pretty messy. And the bots are they still follow you though, so it's not like I'm gonna magically avoid the boss if I keep advancing. It will catch up eventually. And then I can get a second boss, and it might be even worse. I think I'm just gonna play it safe, and we're gonna kill the boss. If I could get... Oh wait, he's right on the edge, I can drop him. There we go. I didn't know he was gonna advance so much. Oh, that was nice. Now you can advance. Get out of the way, ratties.
Going to blow! Out of the way!
Oh, there was a healing here, I thought. This is a bit of a problem because I need more health to do this. Well, I guess I'm not gonna have much health on the way down. We're gonna get out of here. There is no, I cannot survive this jump.
I can't feel my... Oh! Think you're clever, do you?
And we go this way, and this saves so much time. We're avoiding an event, and you have to wait some wheels to get realigned. And here you just have to be careful with landing right on the ledge. Because if you know, we die, or we get soft locked. Well, it can happen a lot though, it's not that rare. But it's nice that I didn't have to put any effort towards it. He just was steady there. Oh, that was stupid. I attacked when I shouldn't have. Oh, we're fine. And the bot killed me right away. That was so nice. You have to be careful with just like taking your turn. Sometimes you cannot. Some attacks you can stagger them. For example, if I attack him before he attacks, then it's the stagger. But once they start attacking, they have a kind of infinite poise, so to speak. Oh, that's from Dark Souls. They are invulnerable to staggers. Unless you do really, really heavy stagger attacks. Usually, some characters have things with that. Now we're just gonna kill a few and keep advancing. There's still quite a bit of the map going. But that's literally the worst part done. There is the only thing that's ahead is that if my bots die near this area, I lose them for a huge amount of time because there's a problem with and I get another monster. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that's actually good.
Oh, with a fight now. Yeah, like doubles. So look at you.
Oh. This section's gonna always be such a mess. Thank you. I want to get that healing item before advance. Narrow spot, always a bit of a problem.
The rattling death.
Oh, that's. Oh no! Stop pouring from everyone! What? Oh, I didn't see those. A bit too many enemies here. Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go. Bit of a skip. It's not that much, but you avoid aggro ambience that might be waiting for you there. Oh, where is that thing? Kinda want to keep my bots alive.
There, a storm vermin.
Down you go. Oh, 3 of this.
Black rat. Tear its tail off.
That's what we call a panic rock.
Black rat. It will burn.
Okay.
A warrior rat.
Stop blocking me.
Black rat. Tear its tail off.
So for example, with the wizard, I haven't really been using it much, but you have like 4 or 5. No, actually, I think 6 types of staffs. So for example, this one does this like really quick. It doesn't do much damage, but yeah, the bots also tend to do that. They put in front of you. I have no idea why, but they tend to do that. But you have like the spells also, like the staffs that you have also change a lot the way you play, because they have their weaknesses and strengths. So for example, if I fully charge it and then I get that sound, it goes through armor. Oh, I missed the skip. Oh well. I wanted to teleport above
That's
there.
better.
It goes through armor, which is gonna be useful on the last boss here.
Can never have too many bombs. The gurgle of a grenadier.
There's another ones that do extremely high AoE damage and they are good to deal with a lot of enemies. There are other ones that are good for single target. Oh, missed that one.
Sneaky potion.
Oh, still one.
Gun rats in silence.
There's an assassin chasing. I want to see if there's another potion here. Ooh,
Take what ammunition you
just
can.
ammunition. We're almost at the end.
Look, blessings of Shalia. Black rat.
This is
Who wants first?
weird. It's like I feel like the game is a bit less populated in some sections, but there hasn't been any patch or anything like that, so cannot really be anything that has changed without me noticing. That attack that the bot used, it's basically an AoE aggro. He aggroes everything around, and it's really good when you have like a group like this, because then you are for sure for about 10 seconds, you know that nothing is attacking you and everything is going toward the little dwarf.
Healing draft. Don't squander it.
Too bad I didn't get a strength potion here is great because it makes you do more damage. Your attacks go through armor easier as well. But this guy is a mess. This boss was so much harder before. It's actually a lot better now. But he does so much damage. You cannot really stagger him. He just spasms all over the place. And he just parries a lot of attacks as well. You can see like the hit. And the arena gets periodically swarmed by enemies. There's two types when there's only like garbage. But as I said it before though, these enemies do a lot of damage when they're alone. So in these lower numbers, and since you're focused on the boss, it can be quite dangerous. And there's another type of swarming in which the boss will pretty much do like a call and it's gonna get elite enemies inside. Yeah, he does not get staggered. He's almost dead already. Oops, that hurt. There we go. Oh my god. Yeah, that's a single rat behind.
I'll not have another one of those! I'll burn that black rat!
Just a tiny bit more and we're out of here.
The platform should give us a swift exit, if it works.
I'm gonna play it safe. Gonna drink this.
Hold on, I'm drinking.
Oh, I thought I was far enough.
I'm still standing, young licker!
This ult is also it's kind of tricky sometimes to use it because it follows the terrain, but it's hard to aim it. It takes a bit to get used to it. Well, that went okay. The next map also has a fixed boss that you have to kill in this case, not like the other one that you could just run past. But this one is just pretty straightforward, the next one as well. Bad rats too. A lot of bad rats. Okay, back to the oath. Oh.
Rock blood raiding parties are cutting loose in the fields around Usingen. I don't need to tell you what that means for the poor bastards in their path. You're heading to Morgensloft, biggest farm in the area. If there are survivors, and I hope there are, you'll find them held captive there. Do what you can. Every prisoner freed is
This
one
map
less slave
had
used by the
tons
enemy.
of escapes that you could get out of bounds with the battle wizard, but most of them got fixed a while ago. There's still a few, but the handmaiden is still faster most of the time. Her dash is just too good. Oh, this is gonna be good for the boss if it lasts that far. Oh, oh, I wanted a bomb. Dang it.
Over there, Lumberfoots, a chaos warrior. That place was overrun. It will be blood and ruin in there.
I just healing. Is that a monster? Not sure if I hear one or not. That's nice. Oh, actually I'm gonna use it. I want to keep this one. Oh. There was a chaos warrior there, I didn't see it. I lost. They're almost all dead.
The Ratling, stay out of its sight. The Ratling's teeth is last.
And we got a boss.
Can stop us. You're welcome to bloody.
Oh, we have ammo here, so this is good. That means we can just kill it immediately.
I hear a rat ogre.
Beware! Rat ogre!
The fly is beyond our existence.
I hear Skaven machinery.
Well, that's a bit.
For Kruger's sake,
I cannot go up.
Sigmar is real.
Okay, that's bad. There's a hook rat. Oh,
Strangler comes. Should kill it swiftly. Ha! A dead plasma good as a sight for Saul.
can I get my bots back? Guess not.
There is God. Like a weed.
Oh, there's two of them! What little bastards.
Medicine.
Okay, we're gonna just play it safe. Where is it? Where is it? Boss? Oh, there it is.
Blink fanatic. Not ready. Blink vermin. The worst of their kind.
Oh. He should be there. We have all the bots here, which is a bit of a problem without a wave. If I can manage to revive two at least, yeah, that should create enough of a distraction.
That rock.
So here, we're gonna have a boss that's fixed. We have to fight it every time. And the problem is like all that wave that's coming from behind is gonna reach this point. I pretty much have to kill everything here, or the bots are gonna die during the boss fight, and I'm gonna have to wait until they revive, and so on. Just gonna. There's a barrel. There's this oil barrel here, which is pretty much fixed. Oh, there guys already here. Oops. So the arrows are better saved for the boss, but oh, nice. Not much I can do when there's so many of this crap here. All this, but gonna have to make a bit of time. They're gonna revive right here. Oof. But the problem is that I'm gonna get there. Disablers coming. And if I don't see where it's coming from, I'm gonna have to use this to revive the bots. Because there's too much crap around. Better safe than sorry. Oh my god. Oh, that was my fault. No! And the bots are a bit too busy getting killed. I still wait because there's been a few. No. There's been a few times that the bot have managed to save me on the nick of time. I did a normal attack instead of the charge attack, so I couldn't kill the hook rat in one shot. It works with a headshot though. After you kill the boss, that's pretty much smooth sailing after that point. Because that's the last time you can get a boss, I think, on that map. Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, you don't really get another one after that. And then you enter an event. Usually events block bosses, so it's just about finishing what you're supposed to do.
To be used as fodder for the Skittergate in one way or another. Make your way to Morgan's Loft Farm and save as many as you can.
Hurry up! We've honest folk to rescue. Which way to the farm, Story? This is what I signed up.
Gideon! Blackfire bomb here!
Get the boom.
A black guy. A challenge at last. Must you hesitate at every turn? A fleeting shadow!
Okay, not gonna check down there now.
Not these blackbird bastards again. A door is
Oh, hello. Okay. I was expecting him to be around here somewhere, but just not exactly there. Oh, this is a lot of them. Oh, don't push me back. And we got another boss. Okay, this one is among the easiest boss that you can get, but the problem is like he is heavy armor, and that means I do less damage overall. Hey, you damn run. This one is a nightmare on close spaces because with the fire, it just, oh my god, there's so much crap here. I just want to kill it. Oh, I didn't have enough time. I just need one hit to kill this thing. Nice. There we go. He can move on. Oh, nice. Let's just. Okay, there it goes. I wanted the bots to heal a bit. So, because I don't know what's going ahead, I try to keep the potions. And then when I get that second one, then, well, yeah. Then you go nuts. Oh, what is that? That was close. Oh, I missed it. It was right there. A lot of monks again. That's a second one? I'm gonna have to kill these things anyway. So much crap all the time here. Yeah, the bots are dead again. Okay, so once they die, they usually respawn in about 30 seconds.
Another blackbird.
Oh, I wanted to drop that somewhere else. Guess that one is already up, so that's good. Ooh, ammo.
Ready for you.
Now I got a horde at the same time.
Luckier than you, Mayflies.
Oh, okay, so they're all alive, but it's a bit busy here. Only 3 seconds and I'm gonna get aggro again. There it goes.
Lost one eye.
More monks? Oh my god.
Rot hell.
This is.
You can get closer to the Great War.
Okay, I have to be careful now. I'm not full heal.
Big monks to deal with. Look at that armored brute. We're
The good thing is like when I
plating
get. Oh, I'm stuck. Jeez. They all died. This is gonna take me a bit here.
I've no more arrows. I've got your runner. Are you
Oh
ready?
god, there's the guy.
I said a little bit here. Look out! Brother.
I could not kill it.
No more kills for you, Assassin.
Oh, it did die. Nice. It bled out.
That rot hell might test us,
such a mess. Oh,
For sake, I do hope that Sigmar is real.
oh no, stuck there.
Fire it up! See? Over there!
Oh, that's actually good. The fire rat heals clearing this a lot. No, on that side though.
Keep this up!
Okay, finally the numbers are getting reduced.
Chaos Warrior! Just what we need.
They take wildfire to the battle.
It's actually quite helpful. Fire rat. Enough for now.
More fire! Fleeting shadow!
Oh my god, that's 5 minutes wasted here. Finally done, holy crap. And this boss is fixed. What the bot is doing there is called dodge dancing. You can just taunt an attack right in front of them and then dodge back and then they stay in place. Which is weird because it's a thing the bots do extremely well, but a lot of players have to learn and it takes a bit to get the timing right. Okay, finally moving on. That should be the last monster I get on this stage.
Ha! The Scourge of Heretics lectures me on compassion.
Oh, that's really good. That's gonna be concentration. Oh, there was a... That was a leech, I think.
Chaos Warrior! Over there, Lumberfist.
Oh my god.
Chaos Warrior!
There is... Oh, I'm gonna use this now. As long as I stay invisible, I can avoid this. Oh, this is bad. I got ammo now though, but I have no idea where that thing might be. And this is a narrow area. Narrow areas are bad for dodging. You need to dodge. These are not the best spots to do so. Let's see, I hope I can get clear view of the assassin. Oh my god, it's really close. Well, I managed to get to these guys, so they should be lure for the assassin, hopefully. But now there's gonna be a lot of enemies in this area, and I still need to open this too. We should be fine now. I don't know what happened. Oh god, they just died immediately.
One eye is lost. Reaver's gone. Ugh, Lumberfoots. Always
I don't think the
falling
assassin actually
behind.
died. Okay, I don't know what happened to the assassin, but I'm glad that I'm not Ratfoot today on this map. Okay, 2 more maps with the Handmaiden, and then there is a whole block. It's like 5 maps that you do with the Battle Wizard. And I'm doing the maps in order actually. There's no really any particular order. I'm actually doing like on the story order, but for some reason they all end up together. Like the 5 maps when you get a lot of out of bounds and a lot of like the maps breaking, they're all together. So it's pretty nice. The next map has a tiny skip, which is also really nice to do. But besides that, it's normal.
Shame about Usingen. The town's ruined, but there's still a job to do there. The rock.
So it's a bit counterproductive though, because on speedruns you're trying to go as fast as you can, but this game kind of forces you to slow down a bit for safety. And because it's so random, you might sometimes have like super good luck, and again extremely fast map, sometimes really bad luck. So I think for speedrunning this game, you have to be a bit of I don't know, it's just like you cannot look at it in the same way that you see other games. For example, I also speedrun Dark Souls, but it's, I don't know, I think it's a completely different focus. I think grinding times and getting better times is just a bit more frustrating than in other ones. But it's fun for the rest. I have no idea how that guy actually managed to hit me there in the middle of the dash. Oh, I always try to go in between that.
Strung from the gatehouse like sacks of.
Oh, another
Sifting through the ashes.
another monster. Surprise! Oh, what? I landed on the hit. That's not nice. Okay, I'm half healed, so I'm gonna take it easy. Bots are doing quite okay here. The problem with this boss, in particular the troll, is that he regens health. So if you don't keep attacking him, if he goes 3 seconds without receiving damage, he regens. At least when you down him, you get these checkpoints, so the health doesn't go infinitely up back to full. Need to get rid of this thing. Okay, there you go. But now that's good. Oh my god. This is, but I run out of ammo and I run out of bots. And there's too many enemies to dodge comfortably. So we're gonna backtrack a bit. And we're gonna keep advancing. See if I find ammo. As long as I time the dodge, if I have a space to do so. I don't see anything. All the bots are quite a bit far away.
Down here, Glee. Keep your eyes open for the manor. The smoke doesn't help. I'll admit it. I'm in.
Oh! I got. God dang it! I thought it will. I thought it will go for the bot, the life leech. I guess that was a bit of a gamble. Did it pay off?
Shame about Usingen. The town's ruined, but there's still a job to do there. The Rockbloods are using the Baron's Manor as a storehouse for all their
Why is Nessa wasting funding on a
It's
speedrun?
filled with foodstuffs and supplies.
Is that the
and
other
I want
Nessa?
you to blow it up. They won't like that, I'll tell you. Use the black powder from a nearby mining emporium, but hurry up. There's a fat bunch of them marching on Usingen to claim their loot.
The supplies within the manor must be destroyed. By Sigma, I shall see it die.
Oops. Oh, the terrain there sometimes catches you on the dash. In general, the game doesn't have that many geometry issues, except on the new maps. But dashes and things like that can have weird interactions sometimes. Speedrun on the moment.
That's a Chaos Warrior.
Let's see if we get another monster, or we're gonna be good to go this time. go this way so I can avoid aggroing the Chaos Warriors.
More storm vermin. There's no end to them.
Okay, no monster here.
Black rat, your hours come.
Oh, that's actually helpful if I get a monster.
Chaos warrior. With the wind.
Okay, now I have to avoid using my dash because I need it for the skip. You can do this dash with any character and you don't need the dash, but it's an
Eyes open for the
extremely
manor.
tight jump in that case. Oh, so I'd rather do it with the dash and make sure I get it first try. We go over
Over
here,
there,
we jump over
Lumberfits,
here,
Chaos warrior.
jump over here, and we avoid a whole section of the map.
Storm vermin.
Hook rat, where are you? Where are you? Wait,
The hook rat. Kill amongst the kill.
I should be fine now. Now there's always a barrel here, which is gonna be quite useful for the final event, which requires 3 barrels. So with this I save myself a bit of a headache. I didn't get any monsters now. Oh, another one.
There's a runner close by. This is the door. If you lost me, flies.
Fire's gone!
Where is this?
Ha! Dead assassin. Not more tight.
It's a damn Kasaki dude, that's what it is! Come on to bloody pieces!
That's the runner. Who softly into your
No, I want the barrel.
assassin.
Okay. I just need one really. We're gonna leave this here, because you don't really need to carry it. And now I just need to survive while escorting this card.
Chaos warrior. Just what we needed.
I just the string pushing to clear things a bit.
Chaos warrior. Midnight light. Darkness.
Wait.
Press again.
Oh, I couldn't. That sucks. I couldn't revive him.
Shot flare. Another storm vermin. Don't die like the rest.
Oh, I'm a bit cornered here.
Done ready. Nothing done. Escalating
Oh, that's not
shadow.
nice. That is not nice. Okay, let's make this thing advance.
Another. Minions. The Chaos Warriors.
That gives a lot of temporary health. There is a lot of ways to get that temporary health, that white health you get back. One is by killing things. So if I kill an enemy that has a lot of health, it's based off how much health they have. But that white health goes down every 2 seconds. You lose 1, I think is it. So it's pretty much for when you are in the middle of combat. Doesn't really do much on top of that. I'm just gonna revive this thing.
Escalating shadow.
I should be fine. I should not need more healing. I'm actually gonna play it safe. Gonna go and get some healing. There's usually some around here. Except this time there isn't it? No, there it is.
Is it too much to ask for a moment of respite? You think that's a lot? Ha! Lumber goods. This is nothing.
You can make the skip from earlier. You can do that jump with any class, but it's very, very tight jump. So it's tricky to pull off, but anyone can do it. All the characters that have dashes can do it very easily as well with their own. Oh nice, use this all because I need. Oh come on! Ah, I was gone already.
Even I cannot.
That was unlucky.
So perish all heretics, fighting and fail alike.
There may
This
be
is
a
a
lot
long.
of
So
them,
this is
but it
your
will
team is
stand
supposed to
its chance.
protect you here and everything. With the bots, it's not so reliable. So we blow up the mansion, which is what they came to do here. And now we bug it off. And we got a monster at the end, but we can safely ignore the little bastard.
Can you imagine running from this lot in the back of Alicia's wagon? Ha! I much prefer the portal.
There we go. I should have counted, but I forgot how many times I died already. I should have got a counter. The things I've done a ton, but I think most of the days have been like kind of on the quick side. Like I thought it would be far further behind at this point. Okay, so this is the last normal map we're gonna see for a while. After this, it's gonna get more speed runny. Counting from the next one. This one, it has also a lot of narrow spots, so I have to be careful. There's just many places for choke points, and especially if a monster spawns on a narrow spot, it's gonna be dangerous. I have to be careful there.
Alicia has found a way to deal with it. For now, at least.
There's a thing that I've been doing, I haven't been doing much, which is what I explained earlier at some point, that when you kill enemies, your ultimate charges faster. But when you get hit, it charges super fast. So you can get intentionally hit to try to recharge it faster, but that's really scary to do, lower your defense, when you're in the middle of a horde or something like this. Because then you can get one shot instead. But in this map, it's in several places might be necessary.
We're almost there. Ah, potions. Here, we're heading down.
Okay, this is nice though. The concentration potion lets you pretty much get out of most problems with this character.
That's a chaos warrior.
I'll quickly check and see if I can see any resources. There's stuff that spawns down there sometimes.
Down here, Blake it mayflies.
Okay, no monsters so far. There can be one in this room. Ah, circuits are so annoying. Dangerous. And what button down? And two bots down.
Always falling behind.
Was that a leech? I think it was a leech. Oh, that was
Here, this thread. Chaos warrior. Just stunner.
okay.
Be
It's
ready.
as long as I can put 3 poison arrows on it.
No more.
Oh, what? It didn't sound like it was that close. Dang it. That didn't sound like it was close. I thought it was fine. Doo-doo. Oh, that's a heavy spike.
I won't weary you with the history lesson.
That is a
but
riff.
The Rockbloods have found themselves a long-forgotten artifact of terrifying power. They're digging the bloody thing up as we speak, forcing Clan Festa slaves to do the tunneling. Even worse, the damned monolith's currently beyond our means to destroy. However, Alicia, the clever old girl, has at least found a way to bury the foul thing. So, listen closely.
Lots of weirdness in the Legion clan. But at least we're not likely to miss our target. No hiding a monolith.
A fleeting shadow.
Let's see if this goes better.
Watch out! Plague vermin! Another of these black furs comes to challenge me.
Oh, that was a bit scary.
A challenge at last. Stay here.
Okay, I'm getting poke a bit too much too. And we're good to go.
Come, I cannot kill them all alone.
Yeah, the storm vermin. A righteous deed. Now, again.
Okay, so we have an assassin again.
I hear the backstabber.
Ooh,
Still haven't learned. Right away.
there it is. He should be dead after that. Another? No! Ammunition. So you have to be really aware. It's just be careful with leeches and things that might get you stuck. Oh, oh, that's what. Oof. Okay, this is not going great. Getting stuck a bit too much. Going up ladders also is dangerous. So try to, because they can hit you when you're almost all the way up.
If you're so inclined.
Ah, this is gonna get aggro. No, no. That's a lot of speed potions, which is nice. Ideally, you want to kill these things with a headshot, but if not, still good to just push them away. You want the space to move forward anyway. Nothing here, nope. So far so good. You can dash now. Oh lot of molars. Another patrol. Oh my god.
Fleeting shadow.
I'm gonna try to get out of range quick. But I break these spines, which kind of slow you down a lot, so speed potion is helping here quite a bit.
Lily of more plague vermin. Radiance.
And all my bots are gone.
Chaos warrior.
Doesn't seem like I'm gonna get a monster though.
Infernal dance.
But the horde is gonna chase me for quite a bit of time. And since I don't have extra dashes, because of the I don't have extra potions, I'm not gonna really lose aggro.
Getting closer. Come on, this way.
But this is fine nonetheless.
Down here, are you all blind?
As long as I get this before they swarm. Yeah, we're gonna use this. Okay, that's a lot less enemies than I thought it would be. So we're good to go. So now we enter the event. And the event blocks everything else. So we're good to go. I'm saving the dash now, because in this part you get random spawn of enemies inside, like that gutter runner that just spawned. Okay, there we go. Another one more set of these things. We just to collapse that thing inside that we don't know what he has. Did I break it? No. Hello? There we go. Oh, I fell. I had to come down after the other one. I lost a bit of time there with that.
Stunner warrior comes for us. Done ready.
Oh man, I'm losing a draw a lot of frames, I think. Oh yeah, good to go.
Kill that fire rat. I don't want to burn.
There should be a fight right here. No. This is random, you get randomly open spots, but it's not really like a huge section. Except for all these storm burners.
Storm vermin.
Oof, okay. So the whole next section, there's 5 maps. War Camp, Skittergate, which is the last 2 maps of the main game. Then the Pit and Blight Reaper, which are DLC games. And the first map of the second DLC, Horde of Magnus. All those 5 maps are gonna be done with the Battle Wizard. And these are gonna look a lot more like traditional speedruns. They're very, very broken. You can get out of bounds a lot. And then you leave a bit behind the... what's like the normal gameplay. Battle Wizard block.
Thanks to our efforts, the locale's seething with Northlanders who want to find our merry little hidey hole.
So the battle
and
wizard ult,
murderers all
as
in
I
our beds.
was saying before, it's a teleport,
Yes,
but usually
and
just
now
goes through the ground. So for example,
it's
if you're on top of a
also an
table,
opportunity.
it doesn't really work.
The
You just
search
don't see
has
anything. It
left
has to be like the same
camp
level.
at Bushingfeld Marsh
But
lightly defended,
sometimes you can use it
enough
to
for us
climb
to
ledges
turn the
and just
tables on
climb
our
walls
rock
and things
blood
like that.
friends. I doubt you'll find their champion in his bed, but I'm sure you'll manage the murder.
Can't be a bit of a bother sometimes.
This is an opportunity we must seize. The
So now I just
field
need my
will
ult.
never be
This is
more
right at the beginning of the
vulnerable.
map.
Come along, get away, John. When are we gonna have a well-deserved ale? And beer? God, wine. With brandy, of course.
You'll know me by the trail of flame.
And we're out of the map. And we're gonna be out of the map
Keep going.
for a while now. Nothing very exciting happening here. But it does save a ton of time. So here, for example, it will be better if I had the dagger, because it pushes me faster. This part is a lot faster with the dagger. But the weapon I'm using is gonna make the fight with the final boss a lot faster at the same time. So I think in general, I like it this way because it makes the fight safer, even though the map is going definitely slower. But you do lose a lot of time with the other weapon at the end. So now the bots cannot follow you out of bounds. They are like the nav mesh, the navigation area that they have. It's pretty. Oh, I was going too much to the side. Does not let them come out of bounds. Oh man, dude. It's dropping so many things. But once I get back in bounds, it will immediately come back to me. Sadly, it seems like the boss spawn and they all getting killed. Most of the time, they just stay at the beginning of the map, and basically they're just like idling there until you're done. This time they all go wrecked. Absolutely wrecked. They're gonna be alive at the end though. Oops. And then we're back in bounds. Oh wow, one of them already respawned.
Chaos warrior. He'll blaze like a torch.
Oh, this is good. This potion, because this boss. Because this boss can get.
Oh, it's an arena.
This boss can get staggered. Oh my god. Oh, poison.
Seems fate doesn't
Southlander weaklings, face me in the arena. I'll take you all on by myself.
Now you're floating like a doorway. Weapon drop, attack boom. Wizard, why are you here? Walk with me.
Get the bot up.
Who else wants to try these Southlings? Prove your
That attack does a lot of damage, but you can just block it safely.
More of your insolent turn to deal with that
stealers of
warrior.
slaves, torturers of loot, defilers of lords. You will suffer.
He throws an axe at your face as well. Gotta be careful with that.
You are. And we're not the ones yet. He's not good at all.
Run!
Drop your name.
Oh, just do the dash. Oh, careful with that. No, come back here. Okay, there we go.
My thanks for this victory!
Yeah, it seems like it's just getting really bad. At least I see the stats on OBS, and it drops a lot of frames, sadly. I'm a bit too far from the...
Secrets remain his own.
A bit too far off the... what's it called? Of the stream server.
Where Adobe stands,
Sounds like so.
victory roll!
And these maps usually takes, if you play casually, it takes like 25-28 minutes. So this one, it's like when they're out of bounds, just save a ton of time. Same with the next one. Yeah, these glitches are, they cut down a lot on the gameplay, like if you were playing normally, but on this run, since it's so long, it's just really nice to have this kind of block. Skittergate. But this is the final map of the base game. After this,
Time's arrived
After
to
this,
shut that bloody Skittergate down for
we
good.
get into
Rasmus
DLC
Wiggin
territory.
is all into a frenzy, and your hard work has left them short on guards. I know you won't like the sound of this, but to truly destroy it, you are gonna have to use the bloody thing and get your asses to Norska. Once there, we have a plan, thanks to Alicia's magical espionage. So calm down and listen good.
So now I'm using on this map. I use the dagger, which is the one that it doesn't look like it when you're doing it, but this push you forward extremely fast. But it requires that you recharge your stamina after a while, and that's when the other weapon that I was using, the two-handed sword, ends up being. But the other one is only for the elf. If I can get some potions, that would be nice. Nope. Oh, come on, I just killed myself. Damn rats. Here, usually you get either a patrol or a monster. And I did get a patrol, which is fine because I don't... Okay, they aggro, never mind. But I got a patrol, that means I won't get a boss. And that's pretty good news. I just need to recharge my ult now. Oh, this is getting a bit hairy. Okay. And this... That's it. Originally, on this map, what happens is that you go into that giant portal, you turn it on, you go into the giant portal, you teleport to another area completely. You're like traveling thousands and thousands of miles to the north, and you destroy the other side of that portal. And you get, I had to fight a boss, and then you come back and you fight another boss. That's actually two bosses combined in one. It's a really, really, really epic tale and adventure. You just like run to the end. But it makes what is pretty much a 30-minute map into a 2 minutes 45 map, which saves a lot of time. It does more damage, but on this one I don't need damage, I just need speed. And the dagger is the one that gives you the faster movement. So this one is pretty broken. This is pretty much enjoy while it lasts, because it will probably get fixed at some point. This game is gonna receive a very heavy update on July. Very big DLC coming, so I'm expecting that the run is just gonna get completely transformed. Also new maps and things like that. So it's just gonna get longer and harder. There's also a new difficulty that's gonna be added on July. So yeah, I don't know how well this is gonna be, but it's just fun. It is fun getting there. Just need more practice though. Just don't die, lol. So we're gonna use the same build. First DLC map.
I'm not gonna lie, Bergenhafen has a poor reputation, what with one thing and another. But lately, things have been getting worse. Plague, sickness and disappearances, the usual trademarks of our packed sworn friends. So, what say you get your lazy arses upriver and see what's what? Take your best gear. I reckon this will be a sticky one.
Of this map, this is actually a really fun map,
So there's sickness in
but we're not gonna see much of it.
Well, burn it out.
If Loner is to be believed, and I grudgingly accept that he is, the Black Hawk gang are at the heart of it.
Nothing beats a bandit like... You want the bucket? I'll get your own sister.
Okay, here I cannot use my ult because I need it. I need it ahead. Here we're going. If I can't get this. Hello? I'm not getting this spot. There we go. Now I need to try to. Oh, what's that? I'm trying to charge my ult a bit. Because I need to use it again. And enemies won't be able to get into the area. I mean, okay, that should be fine. So this is pretty much, we're on the side. The thing is that the maps are very expansive. So how they use, most of the maps are designed, you kind of wrap around. You kind of wrap around. So if you, in the maps that there are out of bounds like this, you can just pretty much jump out and then run to the end.
Lost again. But it's too often. Feels good to be burning something, doesn't it, Saltspire?
Now there is specials and everything, but I'm completely out of bounds here. The specials also cannot touch me here. They will find me once I get back in though, so I have to be careful. Also my ult is unusable in this whole section because I'm out of bounds. So it's out of the navigation mesh of the game normally. And it's gonna start working now. I'm close enough. I'm close enough to the map. So now we're at the end, but I need to trigger this event, and we're gonna just teleport inside, trigger the event, and get the hell out of here. No concentration potion. Have to be careful with falling down there. The next one is also a bit of this. The next one has like a whole section that you have to do in almost absolute darkness. There's some torches that you have to go around. There's like a whole dungeon thing, and it's actually fairly slow. It has an auto scroller that you have to wait for some gates to go up. We're also gonna skip that, but it's not as automatic as the last two maps in which you just running straight to the end. The next one is basically I'm gonna skip half of the map, and then I have to play the later half of the map. And that later half of the map can have it usually unlike other maps, I'm gonna get a boss that's gonna spawn kind of behind me. I'm gonna skip the point where it's gonna spawn, and if that happens, it's gonna chase me to the end. But there's not gonna be the wall that stops you, so I could just keep going and ignore it if I can. But this one usually has a lot of fighting, and there is a lot of narrow passages in which if there is too much stuff, you're just asking to get like killed.
One Father Krausman has it locked up in his secret sanctum Maleficarum waiting for you. Don't disappoint him, or me. Sooner we get the Blight Reaper out of Bergenhafen, the better.
All this pestilence from a sword? Beggars belief it does. Can't let this stand, Dory. Bergenhafen.
So down there, in front of me, there's the entrance to the cave.
The sooner we got the bloody thing.
But we're just gonna stand here, look up, and go some other places. Ah! Also, look at the moon.
Rest is for later.
Pay attention to the moon now. I think they do that so it gives you the feeling that you are like moving a lot more than you actually are once you get out. Okay, I need to make space so I can go up the ladder. I didn't get a boss, an old boss, like something that spawned while I was running outside. So that's good. If I get one now, though, I do have to kill it. Oh! Wow, where did you come from? Check for healing. Nothing here, just checking for resources along the way. Bit of healing. I do want to keep my bots alive here for sure, because these things can get really bad at the very end. They're still not dead. I just want to keep my bots alive so we don't kill these things. Let's go. Actually, bots are doing quite well. Barely got hit. Oh, it's an assassin. Oh, he died. Nice. Well done, buddies. Oh, wow, I thought I blocked that.
Inside! Black rat, who wants first go at him?
Well, that's not nice. A bit too much crap. Okay, we're fine. Concentration push is gonna help at the end. Now I need to look up. Oops. Not what I wanted to do. There we go.
Anyone see this rune sword?
Ooh. And now this is the last event, and you're supposed to do a whole thing for like 5 minutes, and then this character you can just like bug it off. So everything went fine. I didn't get a monster. That's just on this map. It's just that's just a miracle. Usually you get two bosses really easily here. Now the next one has a lot of skips, but it's very, very tricky. The next one I'm scared. There's a few things you can do that it depends if I get a concentration potion, the one that lets you do, the purple one, that lets you do your ult several times in a row. If I don't get that one, I have to enter into basically a death trap and in at the end of the map, and you can get a boss as well in there, and it's just literally no space to move or maneuver whatsoever. We're gonna go for speed. Oh wait, not here. This one, second DLC.
I'm not sure why I'm bothering to explain this, as you're going to forget as soon as the illusion takes hold, but here goes. There's something hidden in the area around Magnus Tower. All I can say is that I'll know it when I see it. Search every nook and cranny. I'll provide whatever guidance I can, so you'd better listen.
So I'm gonna be on the hunt
Once
for
you
one
have
of
it,
those purple
sound
potions.
the
If I
horn
manage to get
to
that
lead the
one,
town.
it's gonna be a lot simpler. Now at the end, there is a giant skip that saves you about 10 minutes. But there is two ways to do it. One, because it's a giant jump, and one is gonna be literally just jump into my death and have the bots revive me,
Gather your courage.
which is a bit random because you are just trusting on the bots to teleport to you and to revive you in time. The other way is if the bots are all dead, I get a trait in which I receive less damage if the bots are dead. If all the bots are dead. If I'm the last, basically if I'm in the last hero standing.
You've a good aim.
But I need to be full health. And I need to have something to heal after, because if not I might die from the last few enemies.
Diseased fanatics! Rock helm incoming! Foolish wacky! Playing with fire!
That's no good. Oh, I cannot get it. There it goes. This is a tiny skip, but it still saves quite a bit of time. Okay, I'm a bit worried now, but there's an assassin.
A storm vermin. It shall
I think you're on the right path. Probably.
I don't see any potions. So it doesn't seem I'm gonna get them one last chance on this chest over here. Nope. And now I'm gonna try to save my ult. No, don't push me! Push yourself the worst. Okay, one bot dead. That's not nice.
Some rock-like shaving's been messing with my magic.
So here, instead of doing the event, we're just gonna go above and just ignore all that noise. Ah, my bots are all dead now. Okay, this is where it gets tricky.
Feel it. There's a spark of magic in the air.
Now it all depends on what random things happen in front of me. Oh, that's I need to get rid of that one.
Too much magic sloshing around.
Oh no, 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 I cannot. Oof. I could not dodge that. Oh my god. Dang it. Even though I was staggering him. That was a bit unlucky. The first part was going okay. At least that was pretty quick. Didn't lose that much time.
Here we are again, Magnus Tower. Now, don't get carried away killing every little rat that crosses your path on the way to sounding that ridiculous horn. We're here to solve a mystery, so be sure to listen out for my directions. Oh, what's the point with any of this? You're only going to forget it all once the illusion's prepared.
Maybe I get a bit more lucky and I get a purple potion.
We'll have to be quick to reach the tower in time.
They'll try to stop us. You see they don't. Gather your courage.
Don't see the potions over there.
This is where the town watch idle.
Now, this seems familiar. It is real, isn't it? Oh, don't mind me. My thoughts are...
Yeah, just bombs. Might as well take it in.
I'm the real record news, darling.
Holy purpose guides you.
Nothing. Okay.
I shall smite these storm vermin.
No help found here. Best get to the top of the tower and blow that horn. By the eight winds, Chaos Warrior!
Oh wow, all the chests are empty. Okay, what is that?
Over there, kill it!
Oh, I want to check that chest. Oh wow, everything's empty. Oh, I messed it up. Actually, might have been better. Where's this thing?
Get stronger! You wanna dance?
Might have been better. Maybe I would have got hooked by that.
This way looks promising.
Wow, it's so empty. Jeez. Let's check this one. Nothing. Oh my god. Nothing at all. Okay. I see how it is.
Found a Chaos Warrior!
Oh, it's stuck here.
Now, don't be alarmed.
Okay, the disabler is down, but now I don't have my block.
This statue still sets my nose twitching.
Okay, now. Okay, I caught a boss, so I'm gonna have to slow down no matter what. Oh, what?
Not these blackbird bastards again. Hit him in the head.
Oh, the problem is here. There's a lot of crap coming. Because this is all bleeding from the opposite side, from the event.
That smell! Those plague monks will burn nicely. Chaos warrior! Stay with us, dwarf! Gordon? No good. He's gone.
Major problem now is that the bots are gonna spawn quite a bit far away.
Chaos warrior!
Oh, this is bad.
The Tower of Magnus. Let's see that big old hole.
Okay. And these bots are already respawning.
Plague ratties, just waiting for a loving flame.
This whole district has too much magic sloshing around.
There's a bomb there that I need to try to get. Oh, the other bot is like way inside. Wait.
Is this the right way? Who knows? Certainly not you lot. Take a look.
Wait, let me see. What are my options? Oh, oh no. I'm getting lost in place. Okay, I have some weird options now. One is like, hopefully not.
I'm losing. All right. Fine.
Okay, I'm a bit low on health.
A hardier proposition than most.
If I could heal, no, I can't. Okay, I think I just need to create a bit of a space because the concentration potion will let me skip the wall and a bunch of other things.
Armored leader. Let me tend you through.
Oh my god. Okay, this is gonna lure things away. This is not very practical. But I'm trying to prevent dying again. Actually, I could kill this thing. No, it's gonna take me too long because of the other enemies.
Burn like the rest. Hello?
Actually, I can kill this. Now, I wonder if it will be just faster with the bots. Oh, this might be a bad idea. How did you do it? Yeah, they were just gonna play it safe like this. Very good to go. Should I still skip this whole section? No, I think we're fine. I don't think we're gonna have anyone spawning.
Time to heal. Lovely little
We're just gonna
potion.
continue like
Let's
this.
make the most of it. Come here.
There should be a few enemies here, but nothing I cannot manage. What I could have done is also over this entire structure, but the Radog is really quick, so even if I did that, it would have caught up with me immediately. And I might have messed up the skip that goes later into the run, so I lost a bunch of time, but better than dying I had to reset, really. Most of the time at least.
Here. Try this. Blazing trail.
The major problem now is that I'm not full health. And all of these things are gonna chase me all the way up, so I'm actually gonna give this to the bot instead. If he heals up when we're done it. Yeah, it was pretty bad. So now with the bots alive, we're gonna get the bots to revive me after we do a certain skip here. Oh wait, I got cancelled. Ah, that was dumb. Hold down. Now I need to do it again. Oh, I can. Okay, there goes. Okay, I can try again. Just get to get on top of that. There we go. There we go here. And then we aim at this and gonna die. And then the bots immediately teleport and hopefully they revive me. Okay, thank you. that's the dangerous part. If they don't revive you or you get overhead immediately. There's a whole event there that takes about 10 minutes that you save by doing that. If all the bots are dead, what happens is that you get a huge defense resistance. And then you do survive that fall, but you need to be full health because it takes like 90 damage or something like that. And now the last map with the Battle Wizard, the most broken of all the maps, more than the Skitter Gate even. I think the world record for this map it's 44 seconds. I'm gonna do it hopefully under a minute. This one is just hilariously broken. And then for the final map, it's a map that has, as far as I know, there is nothing on it. It's just a game with the Handmaiden and straight playing through it.
This time, it appears there's a puzzle piece hiding in the graveyard. Let's hope it's not attached to something undead, eh? No, I'm sure it's not. Almost certain, in fact. Try not to worry about it. Anyway, you'll be too busy finding the source of the Skaven poison to worry about details, won't you?
Okay, so remember what I said before, that most of the maps loop around, and that's how they make some really long maps, so they always are like very extensive, but you are mostly into the same area. Well, on this map,
Rest is for later. Flames are for now. Chaos Warrior!
you literally are right next to the exit, so you can just go straight to the exit. that's it. What's up, Savio? Okay, final map. And we're back to the reliable and trusty handmaiden. As far as I know, there is no skips on this. This is just going as fast as you can. There is an event in the middle of it in which your invincibility helps a lot. The dash and the invincibility. But besides that, it's just going through it.
Find me that hidden rune. Don't disappoint me. I wouldn't like that, and nor would you.
Strange alliances. Chaos warrior stomping around. Over there, Lumberfish. Chaos warrior. Have a care.
Remember this. Oh, you're in for it now. Or maybe you're not. How many times have we been here?
There's a lot of monks. More monks. Not much stuff over there. I'm just gonna keep going. What? Monks into berserkers? The hell?
Unfortunate accident, but you're going the right way.
Oh, stop rattling. There we go. One problem less. So we're approaching the event. Just before the event, there is a chance that you get a monster, which I hope I don't. Oh, that was not nice. Oh. Okay, that should be enough to kill that thing.
Throwing gun, look out! You lost me, flies.
Oh, there is disablers around. That is... Okay, I didn't get a monster. This is great.
Another storm vermin. Don't die like the rest. I need a moment.
But I'm not super stoked about having a disabler coming into this event.
Eyes that gleam in the dark.
Oh my god!
Assassin.
We have to be killed.
That Alex eats his last.
Stand ready. I'm coming
Oh,
for
where is
you
it?
again.
I need to kill this thing.
No
Die.
good in a fair fight, assassin.
Oh, there's another one. And there's a hook rod. Oh my god, I don't see them.
A pack of plague monks come for us, mayflies. And Boubadir, hold your breath and shield your eyes.
Okay, I think we're gonna prioritize going for the bots.
Find a way. Oh, such vileness.
I'm gonna do this objective in the meantime as well. I usually pick up the bots if they are dead or if there's any dead at the end. So that way you don't have to come into this section twice. But I didn't like how that... Oh no! I got pushed right as I... Or maybe they survived the whole fight. Who knows? There's a concentration potion I want to get. I could use a concentration potion for the event itself.
Shadow!
Weapons up! Fight like it's payday! Go on! Again!
I just have to be careful not to get hit.
Black bat!
Nice. Nothing here, nothing here. No! Enemies near the barrel. I cannot pick it up now. Oh. And we're done. Luckily, since we're done, the bot will not spawn here. That means I don't have to go back to pick him up again.
So what if the illusion is a little bit vicious? Builds character.
Where's the bot? Over here? Oh man, I haven't seen them there. Cool rat somewhere. There we go. I'm holding on to the concentration potion and not dashing like a madman ahead in case I get a boss. Because if you get a boss and they use the concentration potion, it's just a waste since you cannot dash ahead given the wall stopping you. Patrol. That means we're not gonna get a boss. And that means we can just dash to the end. This is gonna be a fast engine.
Is this the right way? Who knows? Certainly not you lot. Take a look anyway.
You hear what I hear, mates? Leech.
Have a care! That's a kill!
So had it all!
I come for you!
Well, I like... No quick for healing. It was employed in a good...
I hear Steven machinery!
And we're good to go.
Try not to wait.
Okay, match. We're gonna have time on about 2 minutes when this is done. This event is extremely easy, which is surprising because the event that was before is a lot harder than it was originally. These last 3 maps are remakes from the first Vermintide game. And a lot of people say that the one in the middle is just insanely hard compared to the original. But this one is just like a walk in the park. I don't think I've seen anyone dying here. I mean, people can die individually, but having 4 players here, the event doesn't swarm you enough to have any dangerous situations really. So we're waiting for that boat to come here, and then we're done.
Hang on.
Plague rats!
bro. It's here. Just pay attention. Okay, it's gonna be time now. And we're done. So that was Vermintide 2, the full game. The only things that I didn't play were the tutorial, which is you can't.
By the way, was that time?
Hmm?
That was time, right?
Yes. How long
Alright,
was
good.
it?
So I got 3:31:24 on my end.
Okay, underestimate, but yeah. A bit of a disaster.
I mean, there was some deaths, right?
The weird thing is like this is when far worse than any of my practice or previous attempts, like in the number of deaths. But the time is not the worst I've ever had though. Like I had a last week when I was practicing, I got like 5 deaths and I got like 4 hours. So that was a bit surprising. I did get I had live split on the side and I actually got a bunch of golds.
That's good.
So the estimate went down for like 12 minutes. So I got some good maps.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, it's I mean, you can clearly see why people are not speedrunning this a lot. But there is a group of people that are doing both races, like without the out of bounds things, and just like a lot of events and mods to make this easier. Like seeds, they managed to put seeds, so all the randomization is more controlled. And there's people speedrunning this, like all the skips and things I learned it from the Vermintide 2 speedrunning community and their videos. So I would like to plug them on chat if I can, their Discord channels. But even though the games are messy and they're RNG heavy, they are still very, very fun to like manage to deal with all the crap that it throws at you.
Yeah, well, if you got links to any of that stuff, you want to drop them in the channel.
Yeah, I gotta drop them there.
Free. But you had a very riveting tale during the run. Very much enjoyed listening to you over the last several hours. You were very peaceful.
I hope you guys had fun, and thanks for having me.
It's always nice. We'll see you again. You know, not that
In a few
not
hours.
that long from now for some Dark Souls shenanigans, anyways.
Yes.